and it's great to have you all here with us at the sanctuary, and those of you who are joining us online, and to have friends that joined us, and new friends that join us. And I hope that you will enjoy also our service as we are going to begin on page 128 in our prayer book.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבטאים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבטאים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבטאים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבטאים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבט אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבט אחים גם יחד.
And of course, this sentence comes from Psalm 133. How good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. And we move to page 120 to light our Shabbat candles. And we have a new lighter tonight, which hopefully will solve all our issues. And thank you, Trudy, for lighting the candles. Of course. It's the one. No. It's no, down there.
This
Yes.
one.
No. Yes. The no.
How many of these do we have?
No. Yes. This in the box. In the box.
There's nothing in the box.
Okay. So near the box.
Near the box. This one.
Yes.
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 Do we know how it works?
Jim will. Yes. This is how it will work. Yep. Yep.
Is it
Yeah. It should work. Jim.
Jen?
Jim.
Jen?
Jim.
Tunic.
It's all his fault. It's a teamwork.
I knew this one. This is besides
Trudy,
this-
you know how it works.
Yes. Well, we have 14 different varieties.
Because we love to explore
Push that.
our lighters. This is our game. This is
little
what we
button.
do.
Got
Here
it.
we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Amen.
I don't know about this thing. Come on. Here we go. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai God, sovereign of the universe, who had us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom. And as we welcome Shabbat, we move to page 130. with Psalm 95.
לכו נרננה לאדוני, נריע לצור הישנו, נקדמה פניו בדור עדה, בצמירות נריע לו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים, כי כל אלוהי העמים אלה מילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, הוד והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו. לי 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 לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
Very famous Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav would say, "May it be God's will that I will be privileged to receive this holy Shabbat with happiness and with joy, with song and with excitement. Protect me, O God, so that no sadness or depression, no worry will disturb my Shabbat. May I be happy with all my soul, with all my body, with all my strength, with all my heart. And let this happiness without any limit encompass the world, your people Israel, all of us, members of this household. And let us say, Amen." And we move to page 138 with very famous Lecha Dodi. And I just want to remind you, because when I look outside of our sanctuary, and we are privileged that we can literally look outside of the sanctuary, the poem that we are going to sing right now was written back in 16th century, because the Kabbalists believed that God is everywhere, and they believed that the idea of Shabbat is to go outside to the fields and to welcome the Queen Shabbat there. So if you would imagine Israel and Tzfat, this is where they were, this is where the Shlomo El-Kabatz, who composed this, was from, and you will think about our sanctuary and the outside, the beauty of this sanctuary, then try to think about both places and think what the idea of welcoming the Queen, welcoming the Shabbat, means to us in our modern day, when we all run from one place to another, when we always very, very busy, and we need to find this time to just stop and to be in the moment with the Creator. So we're on page 138.
שמור זכור בדיבור אחד, השמיע אלך מיוחד, אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך מאורי, אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך דגלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Would you please rise?
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
And we continue to stand as we move to page 144 for Chetzi Kadesh. התקדל והתקדש מרבה, בעלמא דברך יוצא וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון יומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. מגלה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יש מאבא מבורך, לעולם עולמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר, ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו. לעילם ינקור ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו amen. And we continue on page 146.
Lai la lai 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 Baruch
please be seated. We are on page 149, the first paragraph in English. Would you please join me in reading? Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath glides the sail of the stars, creator of tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And on page 150, we are with Ahavat Olam, the everlasting love between us and the Creator.
Ahavat olam, bet Israel, amecha ahaveta, amcha ahaveta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limaveta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shechbinu, ufkimenu na'asich b'chukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם ינהגי יומם ולילה, נהגי יומם ולילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. אוהב עמו ישראל.
And the declaration of our faith, the Shema, the most important prayer in our religion, is on page 152. And if you would like to stand, please do so. If you would like to continue and sit, please also do so as your heart desires. You have that beautiful option to choose. We're on page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
On page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך,
ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטרפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוז ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני Elohechem. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions, which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve you as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus shall you remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Please be seated. On page 160, we continue with Hashkivenu and the prayer for peace for us, for Jerusalem, Israel, and all over the world in each and every single corner.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu sholem lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrei lechaim. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I say, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been praying for the people to say, we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrei lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrei lechaim.
Amen. On page 163, the first paragraph in English. We are people in whom the past endures, to whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And on page 164, the standing prayer, Tfilat Amidah, would you please rise? Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu,
אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. On page 168. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל הטרף להושיע, מחלחל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשנה עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיית הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. On page 170. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We continue on page 174 with Ritzeh.
Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael, u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel. תמיד עבודת ישראל. ישראל עמך, אל קרוב לכל, קרב פני אל עבדיך וכוננו, שפוך רוחה עלינו, ותחזנה עינינו בשובך לציון.
page 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulecha naheh lehodot. Please be seated and let's take a moment for our private prayers and meditations, and we will go back to page 180 in a moment. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, וגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel.
Amen, amen, amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all Israel and all over the world. And let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, friends. So I spent this whole day today in the training for the official name was very long, but it was the essentials of emotional and spiritual care during disaster time. And it was beautiful, very important training that was hosted by the Salvation Army. And at some point, something really caught my attention, and I could not stop thinking about it, because the room was filled with people from different communities, different backgrounds, people that pray differently, they lead differently, they understand God differently, but yet all day we were talking about that exact same human question. How do you lead people through uncertainty? How do you help people, your community, when they grieve? How do you hold on to hope when the world is so fragile, when none of us actually knows what to do? And how do you keep showing up spiritually when everyone is exhausted? I would think that those are quite big questions for, 7, 8 hours that we were there. And when I was sitting there and listening to all of this, I was thinking that this is exactly the journey of the Israelites in this Torah portion. I know that it sounds like if I was making it up, but every time I see those moments that just connect between what happens in our life, in our everyday life, and in our sacred book. And I think it's the most beautiful, beautiful moment. Because this Shabbat, the Jewish world itself is spiritually out of sync. And I will explain to you what I mean. So if you will go to the synagogue in Israel, everyone will be reading the portion called Beha'olatecha. And it's the portion where the cloud itself, lifts from the tabernacle. And there will be many trumpet sounds. And then the Israelites will finally begin their complicated journey through the wilderness. But then you have synagogues in the diaspora all over the world. And those synagogues will read the portion called Nassau. How do you explain that? One people, we were just talking before the service, that's the same sacred text in every single scroll, then how is it possible that this Shabbat we have basically two different spiritual realities? And it feels kind of painfully familiar right now, because Jews today are not all living in the same emotional place, and not many people feel that they in sync with others. So the Torah somehow understood this already, because the portion of Nassau is very much structured portion. Everything is organized in a very perfect way. Every tribe has its place. Every family unit knows where they need to stand. The camp that surrounds the tabernacle is, I would use the word predictable. Everything is in order in the box. But then the portion that is Nassau, it's this dream that life can be manageable, that it's a part of we all believe in, that we can pray sincerely enough, we can work hard enough, we know what is the real feeling of certain moments in our lives. And when this cloud rises and the camp is dismantled, the people begin to move. And almost immediately, when they leave all this organized camp, then life becomes very messy, right? The Israelites complain. I mean, how can they not complain? They out of their comfort zone. They in the middle of the wilderness. The leadership becomes strained. People become nostalgic for the past. And this is the part where I love to quote my mother, that always tells the story that Israelites at this point say, but when we were back in slavery in Egypt, we had different bread. We had this and we had that when we were in slavery. ... Because they now don't know where they are. They're not here, they're not there, but they complain. Because revelation that we were talking about last thing, it's easier than uncertainty. Because standing at Mount Sinai is easier than walking through the wilderness. And I think this is what stayed with me through all that training today. Every spiritual leader in that room, in this way or another, was wrestling with the same question. How do you help people when you yourself don't feel stable? How do you lead when nobody has a map? How do you survive when people all the time say to you that everything what you do is incorrect. This is why I believe Moses was the correct person to lead the Israelites, because he himself was so not perfect, and this is what made him the perfect leader. And maybe the answer is hidden in this strange split of the Jewish calendar right now, because the Jewish people have never moved through history in this perfect sync way, and it's not wrong or right. Both are sacred. Every synagogue in Israel or every synagogue in diaspora will read the portion that is important to them. And maybe the holiest thing we can do is maybe to stop demand that every Jew will experience the moment of holiness the same way we want them to experience, or the same way we do it. This is the beauty. We can have different ways of doing it. And a beautiful comment that I found from Rashi on the portion of Ba'alot Achai. He says, Aaron is commanded to light the menorah until the flame rises on its own. Until flame rises on its own. And I think about this beautiful image. They don't want to control the flame. They're not forcing the light to look identical to the other one. They're just saying, keep it close, look to that, keep a close look to that they will catch one fire from another. That's all we're asking for. And maybe this is what we need to do, to keep looking that one will be close to another, to help one another keep this burning fire of Judaism through the time of absolute uncertainty, to remain close enough to each other when someone needs this shoulder to cry on or to lean on, that we will be on. And even when our Jewish calendar splits, even when our experiences might differ from one congregation to another congregation, it's absolutely still beautiful and sacred, because somehow, despite everything, we still one people traveling through this same wilderness together with the same core values that we all keep together. Shabbat Shalom. And I promised to myself I'm not going to even have a sermon tonight. And we move to page 368 with 362, as we are going to take the scroll out of the ark. And if I can please ask Martin Carroll to open the ark for us, would you please rise?
בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה, לך מתנשא לכל ראש. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לך קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לך קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לך קודשו. הוא אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו לך קודשו.
Thank you. So after all the explanations, we are on page 300. Wait, let me call. Yes, can I just call you officially? I lost the page, but I do remember it. Yeah, yes. Can I call you officially?
Yes.
You're not supposed to be here yet.
Okay.
יעמוד יונה בן תיאודורה ודוריס בקריאת התורה הערב הזה, עלייה ראשונה ואחרונה להיום. That's on page 368. Yes, please.
Baruch atah Adonai hamavorah.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch atah Adonai le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Asher bacha banu mikol hamim. V'nasa lanu et torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Beautiful. Will you please just hold this for me? Amen. Amen. והזה הכהן באצבעו ימנית מן השמן אשר על כפה השמאלית 7 פעמים לפני אדוני, ונתן הכהן מן השמן אשר על כפו על תנו אדון המטהר הימנית, ועל בהן ידו הימנית, ועל בהן רגלו הימנית, על מקום דם השם, ונותר מן השמן אשר על כף הכהן ייתן על הראש המטהר לכפליו לפני אדוני.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bacha banu mikol hamim. V'nasa lanu et torah. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. יישר כוח. שבת שלום.
Shabbat shalom.
Beautiful. And now that we're going to dress the scroll, will you please help me, and then we will return the scroll to the ark, and we will finish the service with Aleinu. So we just need a little bit of happy music, as it is always a happy occasion. Happy.
על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
Thank you. And as we're returning the scroll back to the ark, we are on page 374, and I need my ark openers back, please. For I have given you good instructions. Do not abandon my Torah. It is a true life for those who hold fast to it, and all supporters are happy. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. Return us to you, Adonai, and we will return. Renew our days as of old. And we are on page 586 with Aleinu. Blessed and be said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. Thank you, friends. Will you please close the ark? Perfect. Please be seated. Thank you. Good job. I could give you the book back. Thank you. We are on page 595 with There Are Stars Up Above.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining, ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night ways. We remember. We remember. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We remember.
And tonight we remember the yahrzeit of our members and their loved ones. David Abrams, Arin Brodsky, Richard Joel Friedman, Gertie Glazer, D. Doris Green, Margaret Kervin Kurland, Cynthia Altus, Herman Feinberg, Sidney Fanton, Milton Finkel, Joseph Goldfarb, Lillian Gottlieb, Irving Green, Saul Green, Irvin Halbert, Hyman Hirson, Helen Jacobson, Sharon Jacobson, Jules Lawrence, Athel Mandel, Benjamin Myro, Mary Miller, Rudy Mose, Marion Hemkin, Jack Polinsky, Solomon Rosenberg, Harold Sherman, Max Levin, Kenneth Sternberg, Jack Ty, Jack Torfus, Marion Boxler, Pearl Zerolnik, Alice Zinn, and we're still in the month of the memory for Jamie Kovensky. And if there are any other names that you would like to mention? We are on page 598 with Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, and of course we say the prayer for all those who do not have anyone to say prayer for them, all those who were murdered in Holocaust, genocide all over the world, and the recent wars in our world. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חיותה וימליך מלכותה, בחיי חון וביום חון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהיה שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה, בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן. יש לה מרה במן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו amen. May the one who create harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all over the world, and let us say amen. Please be seated. I think all our news are covered in our bulletin, and if you did not receive an email, then please call the office on Monday. And our final song for tonight, and you have to participate, and it's call and response, so you have to sing, is on page 625, Adon Olam.
אדון עולם,
אדון עולם,
אשר מלך,
אשר מלך,
בטרם כל
בטרם כל,
יציר נברא, לעת נשא, וחפשו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא אדון עולם, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם, אדון עולם,
אדון עולם,
אשר מלך,
אשר מלך,
בטרם כל,
בטרם כל,
יציר נברא, לעת נשא,
לעת נשא,
וחפשו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להגבירה אדון עולם, בלי ראשית, בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמזרח אדון עולם, אדון עולם,
אדון עולם,
אשר מלך,
אשר מלך,
טרם כל,
לציר נברא, לעת נשא, בחפץ הכל, אז המלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם.
והוא אלי,
וחי גואלי, בצור חבלי בעת צרה הלון עולם. והוא ניסי, ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא אדון עולם.
אדון עולם,
אדון עולם,
אשר מלך,
אשר מלך,
בטרם כל,
בטרם כל יציר נברא,
לעת נשא,
בחפץ הכל, אז המלך שמו נקרא אדון עולם. בידו אפקיד רוחי, בעת תישן ועיירה אדון עולם. ועם רוחי גבייתי, אדון עלי ולא ירא אדון עולם.
Thank you all for coming and joining and participating so beautifully. May it be a healthy and peaceful and restful Shabbat. And please join us for the Oneg at the Lilienfeld. Shabbat Shalom.